these items that you can buy in the crown shop. So this is the flat wooden platform, and these are crates of ice cream. So you can buy these in the crown shop. Furniture, crown shop for gold, I should say. 2,500 gold. If you can find these items in the bazaar, they are cheaper, but you probably won't find that many in the bazaar. To get started, I'm going to show this as if you're building into the corner or along the side, because I feel like that's what most people are doing, and it's a little more complicated. If you're building in the open, great. You can follow these steps, or you can skip a few. Just really this first one. So just to know how far out you should start, I would recommend building one in the corner like this. And this depends on like where you're building it, because this would be as if you're facing this way. It does matter the orientation. Okay, now that one is this kind of lets you know how far out everything over here needs to be, so you can add the ones at the end here. What I mean by this is you're going to want to build this facing this way, if that makes any sense, and these two in the back. But just so you know how much space goes here, I like to put that one there. Hope that made sense. I really don't know how to explain that. Okay, now you're gonna want to move this out. This is where the whole tedious parts get in. You have to kind of play around with it. It depends on the orientation. Okay, boom, first try. Yep. So you actually don't really need that anymore. That was just so I could line up this one correctly. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm basically building this sideways. I think it's easier to build this as if you're building it like this. Okay. So if I were building this, I would build these rows here first, and then these rows here, and then 3 in the front, 2 in the back. So it's lined up perfectly along that edge. So you're saving as much space as possible for other stacks. What you want to do from this point is you want to take off the top layer, just the top layer. I like to stack them like this to save time. I'm all about that efficiency, you know. Bang. Cool. Now you can just throw this one right here, like that. It's a really nice way to do it. I didn't even know about this when I built that one over there. It took me a while to build, but I could do it today in probably under 10 minutes. So I built that one probably a year ago, and I just upgraded my plot into this, and then I realized like, hey, there's no video on how to make the best mega stack possible, and here it is. And then you do this on the second from the bottom here. You do not want to put on the bottom layer, because then you can't move this handy little platform around, right? So once you finish with this, you have to move this out of the way of that plot so you can set it up again. Trust me, it won't work if you don't move it, because then you can kind of move this back into place. Actually, depending on the orientation, it might work, because one of these little garden things doesn't actually fit the full size of this. It usually goes on one side or the other. I can't figure out what determines it. Depending on the platform, maybe. I think this side's shorter than that side, or something's going on with it that's weird. See if that works. Like I said, you're gonna have to play around with it. Look at me go. Okay. So I'm not actually gonna show the rest of this because I don't want to make a 30-minute video. No one wants to watch that. So what I would do from here is I would continue going down in this row, keep moving everything you need, and then I would build these two out from here, these 2 rows of 4, and then you can come in the back here and put in these back 2 in the back. Like I said, this depends on where you're building this. If you're building it right in the middle, it shouldn't be as complicated. And then building the 3 in the front like that. Just line up one in the middle of these 2. You can't actually get it perfectly in the middle. See, there's a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. Doesn't matter. I'm sure you didn't even notice. And then you can line those up here. And yes, one more very important thing. The annoying part about double stacking. It's really not that annoying, but people think it's annoying, is you have to get the spells lined up, elevated like this. This is why it's 3 in the front, 2 in the back. So you would line it up in the middle of the crate and also in the middle of the middle layers. And this allows for the circle to barely catch everything. Like that. If you can get, there's like some skinnier item, it's like a flagpole, or maybe there's some other stuff I wasn't able to get and I'm too lazy. You can get those, go for it, but I'm really not that worried. What I mean by that is I think you would be able to fit 3 in the back here, like up front, but, or, yeah, and you could get 4 extra, so this would be 56, but, yeah, I'm not that worried about that, and I don't even have 56 seeds. So yeah, that's how you stack into 52.